There's a barricade, a couple of HOA goons in neon vests, acting like they're border patrol on the Canadian line. No road crew, no cones, just two guys, smug as you please, guarding a maintenance zone. Sure, buddy. And I'm the mayor. The taller one with the clipboard strolls over, gives me that fake polite grin. Access restricted to Summit Ridge residents and contractors. Transit permit only. I just stare, thumb back over my shoulder. My farm's 2 miles that way. This isn't your road. But apparently, as of last month, it was. HOA says they got a transfer agreement, extended perimeter, all that jazz. Now my name's not even in their system. They scan my plate, threaten me with a citation, tell me to take it up with the office. You know what I mean? It felt like the world's worst prank show, except it was real. So I didn't back up. I called the sheriff. Caldwell, old buddy of mine, shows up looking like he'd rather be chasing stray cows than referee HOA drama. He flips through their paperwork, a stack thick as a phone book, mutters something about provisional control. County hasn't signed off, but the HOA's got a window to play gatekeeper. Caldwell shrugs, tells me I could talk to a lawyer, maybe park off-site. I'm supposed to teleport my groceries home, I guess. Instead, I leave my truck in town, crash in a buddy's bunkhouse. Come sunrise, hitch a ride back up in a UTV, and my truck's gone. Just vanished, with an HOA removal notice taped to a post like it's a punchline. They towed it, off what's technically county land, miles from any Summit Ridge house. I call Caldwell. He warns me it's about to get messy. No kidding. I grab some cold coffee, throw on my boots. All I want is to get home. The animals need feeding. The greenhouse vents could ice over. If I'm gone too long, I'll come home to dead livestock. I haul out my old quad, take the back trails, federal land, not HOA turf, and come around the ridge near my property. It's quiet, until it's not. 4 more HOA patrol guys, this time kitted up like mall cops in tactical gear, blocking the trail. One's filming, waiting for a YouTube moment. You're trespassing on HOA land, they say. I'm trying to get to my house. They step forward. One grabs for my handlebars, another's got a baton out. I try to back off, but it turns into a mess. Muscle memory from years wrestling calves takes over. I throw one off, take a baton to the shoulder, drive another into a tree. I'm not proud of it, but I'm not rolling over for a bunch of guys who think a patch gives them a badge. When it's over, I'm shaking, my arms going numb, and my helmet cam is still rolling. I limp home, yank out an HOA monitoring zone sign planted by my driveway. Snap it in half. Sheriff Caldwell shows up 2 hours later, says I'm accused of assaulting 4 security officers. I show him the footage. He's not happy, but takes it. Tells me it's going to be my word against theirs unless a judge steps in. Says I should lay low. But you know what? I'm done laying low. Paperwork wins wars. That's what I learned crawling over these hills with a tripod and a survey map for 20 years. I dig out every deed, every plat, every obscure old map. Find a 1978 Forest Service file, clear as day, showing the road as public, dedicated for AG and emergency use. Take it all to Dean, my lawyer, hard-nosed, sleep-deprived, always pissed at somebody under 50. He grins when he sees that plat. We file for a restraining order, blast the evidence to every county office, even the postmaster. Next day, I dump a packet on the HOA office steps. Their response? Full propaganda mode. They blast out warnings to the whole community about a dangerous individual, me, plus a fake map on their new website, doctored to show the road is private. I spot their little trick instantly. They used my old survey file and just moved the line. That's when I knew. Who did it? Derek Woodrow, the HOA president's husband, former GIS contractor, booted for fudging data. Then the news calls. Channel 7 wants an interview. Turns out somebody anonymously sent them my helmet cam footage. I hand them everything, video, maps, legal filings, and set the record straight. The story hits that night, and the next morning, I get hit with a lawsuit, battery, property destruction, trespass, 75 grand in damages, plus a court order to keep me off my own road. Dean nearly chokes on his coffee. We file a counterclaim, assault, theft, fraudulent mapping, and more. But then it gets dirtier. I come home one day to find my gate smashed in, my truck stolen again, this time from my own yard. Cameras catch 2 guys in hoodies cutting the lock. No paperwork, Just loading up my truck. Caldwell brings a detective, Mullins, sharp-eyed, no nonsense. She says, that's grand theft and criminal trespass. Cops raid the HOA office. Walk out with computers and a hard drive labeled Maps Derek. Inside, files proving they faked the map, emails about moving property lines to leverage fees. Turns out they wanted to turn the road into a private toll lane. That's not all. A former HOA employee, Vincent, shows up shaking, holding memos and emails showing the board targeted people like me for deterrence. He even brings proof that Senator Bergstrom, a state politician, was helping write laws to legalize HOA land grabs. Dean's hands are shaking as he calls the detective. Suddenly, this isn't just an HOA spat. It's racketeering, fraud, state-level corruption. The DA and special investigators get involved. The HOA office closes, subpoenas start flying, and I've got neighbors lurking at my fence line. Drones in the air, the whole 9 yards. And then the biggest gut punch. Tom, my neighbor, the guy who always brought chili after a storm. Turns out he's been leaking my legal moves to the HOA in exchange for favors. I don't confront him, don't have to. Word gets out. He stops showing his face in town. We hit trial, and it's a circus. The judge, old lady Heller, takes no crap. The HOA's lawyer tries to argue implied jurisdiction. Dean drops the Forest Service plat on the table like a hammer. Detective Mullins testifies, lays out every fake map, every illegal tow, every plan to charge tolls. Vincent, the whistleblower, says he came forward because what they're doing isn't just wrong, it's dangerous. The jury nods. Karen, the HOA president, sits stone-faced. While her husband Derek admits on the stand he doctored the map on her orders. State's attorney adds the cherry on top. Evidence that Senator Bergstrom coordinated with the HOA to push a bill legalizing road seizures. Judge shuts the HOA down, orders them to stay off my property, hands out criminal charges like Halloween candy. Verdict comes back, guilty on all counts. Karen gets 15 years. Derek 8, the patrol guys 5 apiece. The HOA dissolves in a week, their assets sold off. I get $1.9 million in damages, my truck, my legal fees, and, best of all, my road. 3 weeks later, the county confirms the road is public. No private body or entity shall assume control. They send a crew to tear down the HOA gate. I patch the ruts myself, put up a new sign. This road is not HOA property ever. Trespassers will be met with coffee and laughter. Unless you work for a board. We have a small cookout, just folks who stood by me. Tom's not invited. Karma's got work boots, you know? As for the senator, he disappears from the ballot. Karen's in prison. Derek files for divorce. Summit Ridge is a ghost town now. Half the houses empty, the other half in limbo. Some tech startup kid bought the clubhouse, wants to turn it into a digital detox retreat. Good luck with that. Me? I fix up the farm, plant wildflowers, feed the goats. The road is open, the land's quiet. And if you ask me, paperwork saved this place more than any fence or shotgun. Funny how land keeps going, no matter how much you fight over it. I see the scars, tire ruts, trampled brush, but they fade. A couple months back, a young couple rolled up, asked who owned the mountain. I just smiled. Nobody owns the mountain. You just keep it company a while. And that's all any of us do. But let's be real, there's always another Summit Ridge out there. Somebody who thinks paper and power matter more than people. So tell me, where do you stand? Does justice mean keeping what's yours? Or fighting for what should belong to everyone? Drop your thoughts below. Let's hear what justice looks like where you live.